At some point, everyone reaches a moment where the question quietly appears. Why does it feel like I'm living slightly outside my own life? You make decisions. You move forward. You achieve things. And yet, something feels delayed, disconnected. As if the version of you who should be here hasn't fully arrived yet. If you've ever felt like your potential is real, but somehow inaccessible, this isn't a motivation problem. It isn't discipline. And it isn't fear. It's an identity problem. Because reality does not respond to effort. It responds to who you consistently choose to be. And most people never realize this until the moment they finally choose themselves. And everything changes at once. You were never taught how identity actually works. You were taught to improve, to adapt, to perform, to earn your place. But you were not taught that identity is not something you build. It's something you select, again and again, through subtle internal decisions. The quantum field does not read your goals. It does not respond to your affirmations. It does not negotiate with your hopes. It calibrates itself around your self-selection, who you prioritize, who you defer, who you silence, and who you consistently abandon. And here's the part almost no one is prepared to hear. Until you choose yourself internally, reality will continue choosing around you, without you. At the quantum level, identity is not psychological. It's structural. Your nervous system, emotional baseline, posture, breathing patterns, and expectations create a signature. That signature becomes the reference point reality organizes itself around. This is why people can work on themselves for years and still feel stuck. They improved skills. They gathered knowledge. They refined behavior. But they never shifted who they were loyal to internally. Because identity is not declared. It's demonstrated. Every time you override your intuition to keep peace, every time you delay a boundary to avoid discomfort, every time you downplay your truth to remain accepted, you are making a choice. And the field records it. Choosing yourself does not mean dominance. It does not mean ego. And it does not mean isolation. It means internal coherence. It means your thoughts stop contradicting your actions. Your actions stop contradicting your values. And your values stop contradicting your sense of worth. When this alignment stabilizes, something precise happens. Reality reorganizes. Not dramatically, not emotionally, but structurally. Opportunities stop requiring pursuit. They appear timed. Conversations resolve themselves. Decisions feel obvious instead of heavy. Because when identity stabilizes, effort becomes inefficient. This is why breakthroughs often occur after people stop negotiating with themselves. Not because they let go, but because they stopped fragmenting. Ancient systems understood this technically. They didn't describe identity as personality. They described it as position. Where you stand internally determines what can reach you externally. Your beliefs are not commands. Your desires are not instructions. Your embodied position is. This is why temporary confidence produces temporary results, and why quiet self-selection produces irreversible change. Choosing yourself once creates relief. Choosing yourself consistently creates a new reality. Most people think choosing themselves will cost them something. Connection, security, approval. What they don't realize is that not choosing themselves costs them alignment. And alignment is what reality responds to. When you choose yourself without aggression, without explanation, without needing permission, your nervous system settles, your energy stabilizes, and the field adjusts. Not because you forced it, but because there is no longer internal contradiction to maintain the old structure. This is why the shift often feels anticlimactic, quiet, almost neutral. Because the work wasn't external, it was positional. You didn't become someone new. You stopped abandoning who you already were. And from that point forward, reality has a single instruction to follow. Reflect the identity you are no longer negotiating away. Choosing yourself doesn't change everything overnight. It changes the reference point. And once that reference point stabilizes, everything else has no option but to follow. That is quantum identity. And once it's chosen, it cannot be undone.